Imagine plugging a giant, clunky console into your TV just to play a simple game with a white dot bouncing back and forth. That was the reality of gaming in the 1970s. Fast forward to today, and we have consoles that can stream movies, connect with people across the world, and run games so realistic it's sometimes hard to tell the difference between the screen and real life. Whether you play games or not, video game consoles have played a huge role in shaping modern entertainment and technology. They've influenced everything from graphics technology to how we connect socially. I've been playing video games for as long as I can remember, starting with older consoles and watching each new generation improve. Over time, I've learned a lot about how consoles have changed and why those changes matter. First, I'll talk about the early days of gaming consoles and how they started. Second, I'll discuss major leaps in console technology over the decades. Finally, I'll explain how today's consoles reflect both entertainment and technological innovation. So, let's start at the beginning when gaming was still something brand new. The first generation, 1970s. According to Stephen Kent, author of The Ultimate History of Video Games, the Magnavox Odyssey, released in 1972, was the first home console. It displayed only simple white squares and lines, and it came with plastic overlays you stuck on your TV to change how the games looked. Kent also explains that Atari's Pong console, which came out in 1975, became a massive success and introduced gaming to many families for the first time. The second and third generations, late 1970s, 1980s. Mark Wolf, author of the Encyclopedia of Video Games, explains that consoles like the Atari 2600 changed gaming by allowing players to swap cartridges for different games, which was a huge leap forward at the time. Wolf also notes that after the video game market crashed in 1983, Nintendo revived the industry with the Nintendo Entertainment System in 1985. This introduced classics like Super Mario Bros. And The Legend of Zelda and made home gaming mainstream. Once gaming had proven itself, consoles started improving fast, and companies began competing to see who could push the limits farther. The 1990s, 3D and competition. Wolf explains that the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis brought major improvements in graphics and sound, making games more colorful and detailed than ever. Stephen Kent describes how the Sony PlayStation and Nintendo 64, released in the mid-1990s, introduced 3D graphics, completely transforming how games looked and played. This shift from 2D side-scrollers to 3D worlds redefined the gaming experience. The 2000s, online gaming and multimedia. Sony Interactive Entertainment reports that the PlayStation 2 became the best-selling console of all time, in part because it doubled as a DVD player, which made it useful even beyond gaming. Microsoft's official Xbox history explains that Xbox Live, launched in 2002, allowed players to compete online for the first time on a large scale, which changed multiplayer gaming forever. The 2010s, motion, HD, and streaming. According to Nintendo's official history, the Nintendo Wii introduced motion controls that appealed to both gamers and non-gamers, letting people swing remotes like tennis rackets. Wolf points out that consoles like the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One focus on high-definition graphics and built-in streaming apps like Netflix, turning consoles into complete entertainment hubs. This period made games more realistic than ever and connected gaming to streaming and social media. Now that consoles have come so far, it's clear that today's systems are not just gaming machines, they're powerful multimedia and social tools. Today's consoles. Sony Interactive Entertainment explains that the PlayStation 5 features ultra-fast SSD storage and 4K resolution, enabling nearly instant loading times and stunning visuals. Microsoft highlights that the Xbox Series X focuses on raw power and performance, while Nintendo emphasizes how the Switch brought portable and home console gaming together in one device. Integration and social impact. Wolf explains that today's consoles allow players to stream games, share clips, talk to friends, and even use virtual reality, making them central to online social life. Gaming now influences pop culture, from movies to music to fashion, and is a major part of modern entertainment. It's amazing to think that the simple bouncing dot of Pong has led to this level of technology and cultural impact. First, I talked about the early consoles and how gaming started. Second, I discussed the major technological leaps over the decades. Finally, I explained how modern consoles reflect both tech advancement and culture. From Pong to the PlayStation 5, the evolution of gaming consoles shows how far technology has come and how much gaming has grown as a form of entertainment. The next time you pick up a controller or watch someone play, think about how it all began, with a single white dot bouncing on a black screen. Gaming has evolved right alongside technology, and who knows what the next generation will bring.